Start crying. Let me calm down. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means queen. Okay. So, guys, tomorrow my family will be laying to rest my uncle. Okay. So, tomorrow I won't see y'all. Okay. So, I have a big day tomorrow. Um, a lot of moving to do and stuff like that. So I won't see you tomorrow. God willing, I'll see you Saturday. Okay. Today we're going to talk about we're going to talk about this young man, okay, that passed away, okay? False 911 call sent rapper Young Scooter to glory, and a modern black woman is responsible. Mm-mm-mm. False 911 calls sent rapper Young Scooter to glory, and a modern black woman is responsible. Oh my God. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stephen, I see you. Walker, I see you. Tracy, how are you, baby? It's good to see you. Um, that's it. That's it so far. So far. Thank you guys for coming to rock with me. Okay. Even if it's just for a little bit, I appreciate you. Okay. So Stephen said, greetings, take heed. Walker said, morning, lady. Good morning to you too. Tracy said, good morning, everybody. Stephen said, my deepest condolences. Tracy said, my condolences to your family. Walker said, you guys are in my prayers. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Hey, Shay, what's going on, baby? It's good to see you. Okay, so let's get into the nonsense, okay? Let's get into the foolery. Now, the first person who is going to dissect this for us, okay? The first person that's going to dissect this for us is Pink Book Lessons, okay? So y'all know how Pink Book Lessons do. She tear that thing down. So we going straight to Pink Book Lessons and how she broke this whole thing down, okay? And then we'll go to the news right after, okay? Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Oh my God, already. You know what I'm saying? Already, okay? All right. Uh-huh. I see what this guy put complex. I don't live in Africa. Okay, nobody asks if you lived in Africa, my dear. This is I'm streaming from America. Nobody asks you. Okay? Why do I have trolls early in the morning? I just started. Okay? So now let's get into Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Okay, let her, do her thing. Y'all know Pink Book Lessons don't play no games, honey. Shout out to that sister. I also shared the video in our post on YouTube. Okay, so if you go to YouTube, you'll see it. Whether it's friends and you'll go to YouTube and you'll see it. She got the commercial first. Okay, so we coming in. Here we go. Here we go.
To a call about a dispute with a weapon at a home on William Knight Drive. They believe that shots were possibly fired at a female dragged back inside the location. Once officers arrived, a man opened the door and immediately shut the door on officers. Two men then fled the house, according to Atlanta police, and here's what they say happened next.
One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg.
That leg injury proved fatal. He was pronounced dead at Grady Hospital. We're told officers did render aid, but Kenneth Bailey again pronounced dead at Grady. This, of course, a developing story with many layers. Atlanta police issued a statement overnight on their Instagram account about what happened, saying the GBI is investigating.
Tonight at 6, the Fulton County Medical Examiner is now revealing the official cause of death for Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. So the report lines up with what police told 11 Alive, that Kenneth Bailey died from a leg injury that he got while jumping a fence. Now, police said that he took off running after they responded to a domestic dispute in the Lakewood Heights neighborhood last Friday. Police say that they've seen false claims on social media surrounding Bailey's death. They say officers did not shoot at Bailey or use any type of force. Right now, police are still looking for the woman who made the initial 911 call.
And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
Fire.
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
A massive scandal is unfolding right now surrounding the tragic death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. On the night of Friday, March 28th, 2025, reports surfaced that a man had died while fleeing from the police in Atlanta. The public had no idea the man in question was 39-year-old Young Scooter, but it didn't take long for the word to get out on social media that this incident was connected to the rapper. That night, he was at a house preparing to celebrate his birthday. He had plans to meet up with friends, but those plans would never come to pass because of one mysterious woman. That woman made a false police report claiming she was witnessing another woman being dragged out of the house and was urging officers to arrive immediately. As the 911 operator questioned her, her story kept evolving, growing more dramatic with each minute. First, it was a woman being dragged. She claimed to have heard 3 gunshots. Then she went on to say there were 7 men inside the house and they all had weapons. At one point, she even alleged the supposed victim was underage and had a baby with her. By the time police arrived, they found no gunshots, no woman, no child, just 2 men inside, one of them being Young Scooter. During his escape, he reportedly jumped a wooden fence, which led to a fatal injury when his leg was punctured by that fence. The medical examiner has since confirmed there was no gunshot wound, debunking early speculation that police had shot him. While many were quick to blame law enforcement, the real story is now coming to light. A woman with intentions to set up a man she had ties to, not Young Scooter, weaponized a false police report, and tragically, it was Young Scooter who paid the ultimate price. Once
So this was some get back. Okay? This was some get back. I'm just stopping it just a little bit to shout out Mr. He Said and Mrs. She Said, promoting conscious parenting with the Harrises for the $2 super chat. Sir, ma'am, I thank you. Okay. I thank you. I want to say madame because that's what they say. Okay. That's how you do it in tradition. Madame, how are you? Good morning, family. Good morning, sister. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Wallace, I see you. Green Beans, I see you. How you doing? Big Lead, am I saying your name correctly? How are you? Good morning, everybody. Can you imagine? So this was just some get back, some tit for tat type nonsense. And so this man lost his life for jumping the fence. Now, I know some of y'all want to be like, well, why he jumped the fence just because the police was knocking on their door? I know some of y'all is thinking that. But it still doesn't get, we still can't take away that a fake 911 call was done to the house. We can't take away from that. She called 911 for some foolishness. Okay, we can't take away from that. I know that's what some of y'all want to say. Well, why did he run? Why did he run? Because that's, we got to get out here and ask all these questions. But in reality, why, you know what I'm saying? If we want to get to the root of the problem, why was the phone call made anyway? Okay? Why was the phone call made anyway? With all the lies and everything added in here. First, it was 3 shots. Then it was 7 shots. Then they said an underage child was there. Then they said it was 3 guys were there or 2 guys was there. Now it's 7 guys. All this nonsense. And so now they send in a whole bunch of people because they're believing that this is, they got, weapons and stuff. Okay? But let's continue. Here we go. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons for always dropping those gems, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
Realized the 911 call was full of inconsistencies. They launched an investigation into the woman behind it. Atlanta police released that audio and urged the public to help identify her.
New tonight at 6, Atlanta police are asking for the public's help in identifying a woman's voice on a 911 call. Now, here is how to get pregnant.
Commercial. Sorry, y'all. So, long story short, here we go.
Connection to the death of rapper Young Scooter last Friday. Police say the rapper, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died from a leg injury that he got while running from officers. They say they responded to a home in Lakewood Heights on Friday over reports about a fight and possible shots fired. In the new 911 call, a woman describes to the dispatcher what she says she saw.
I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
Again, police are asking for help. They are trying to identify the woman on the call. At the same time, the GDI is conducting its own death investigation. We'll have much more tonight on 11 Live News at 11.
Wait a minute. Steven just put something in here. The 911 couldn't trace the call. That's strange too, because why they couldn't trace the call and find out who it is? Because when you call to the 911 dispatch, they have your information. I've called 911 a couple of times in my life, and they already know my name and everything. So I'm confused. Okay, yeah, Steven is right. That sounds strange. Okay, let's continue. Here we go.
Police have made an arrest in connection with the death of rapper Young Scooter.
Scooter, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died Friday night after allegedly running from police. Tonight, police say they arrested the person who made the initial 911 call that brought officers to the home where that chase started. Police say that 31-year-old Demetria Spence made a false 911 call. She was charged with transmitting a false public alarm and taken to the Fulton County Jail. Atlanta News first obtained audio from that 911 call. You can hear the woman tell police she witnesses a man and a woman fighting.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like.
Also tonight, the medical examiner officially ruled Young Scooter's death an accident. According to the autopsy report, Bailey suffered a, quote, penetrating injury of his right thigh that created marked blood loss. It also said Bailey hurt himself on a wooden fence. Police told us Bailey jumped over at least one fence while running from officers that Friday night.
So here's the woman at the center of this entire tragedy, 31-year-old Demetria Spence, also known as Demi Blanco.
She looked like a boogaboo. She looked like a boogaboo. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm perfect, but when you look at the video and you see how Pink Book Lessons showed this lady picture, okay? She looked like a boogaboo. Okay? Them boogaboos will get you in trouble. She looked like a boogaboo. Okay? And so you had called the police on this house and you told them that there were 7 people who had weapons inside or whatever. So you know they're going to come full force, believing that this is real. I don't understand. I don't understand. And then you know what? Years later, or probably once she get hit with a nasty sentence, all she can say is that she's sorry. This is the thing that I talk about all the time. All she can say is that she's sorry. Okay? And if she got kids, now she won't be able to see her children. She has taken a father away. I believe Young Scooter is a father. Okay? You have taken a father away from their child. You know what I'm saying? You took a father away. His children won't be able to see him no more. They have to lay this man to rest on his birthday. That's crazy. This man passed away on his birthday. Oh my God. Let's continue. Here we go.
Fulton County Jail, and it's been confirmed that it was her lies that led to this tragic loss, all under the false pretense that a woman and child were in serious danger.
She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Oh my God.
She fabricated one lie after another, making it all up as she went along. Her false report sent authorities rushing to the scene, ultimately leading to young Scooter's tragic death. Now his children are left without a father and his family is mourning, all because of her reckless, evil, devilish actions. This is exactly what lying, manipulative flamingos like her do. They stir up chaos, set things in motion, then act like they had nothing to do with it. This is how they book you for a fight, literally trying to destroy your life. Then it was really about to get crazy in Atlanta because over the weekend, people were ready to tear the city apart, believing the police had shot him.
So now, when you look at the pictures that Pink Book Lessons got up of this woman, she looked too different. She looked too different. So now you see the one where she looked like a boogaboo, okay? And then you got another one where she got that 27-inch wig on, okay? And look hella different. I don't know why we don't, and I know this is out of the story, but we don't embrace our hair. Your natural hair, or either how the way you tie it up and make it look nice, we look beautiful on our own. Y'all put these 27-inch wigs, you look like a whole different person. Is it catfishing? Okay. Is it catfishing? Okay. One man I heard, content creator, a couple days ago, he said, I'm tired of y'all with these wigs and the makeup. I want to see what you look like in the morning. I want to see what you look like in the morning without that wig on, without that makeup on. I want to see what you look like in the morning. Because this whole makeup and these 27-inch wigs, y'all deceiving men. He said y'all deceiving men. That's nasty. He said y'all deceiving men. That's nasty. He said with the wig and the makeup on, you are deceiving men. Is that deceiving? Is that deceiving? I don't know. He said y'all deceiving men. He said I want to see what you look like in the morning. Okay? In the morning. Oh my God. Let's continue. Here we go.
The rumor going around. Then rappers Young Thug and Future didn't help either with their tweets insinuating the police did this. But the truth? So far, there's no indication that a single shot was fired by anyone at the scene before or after the police arrived. This entire situation was built on a lie created by Demetria Spence. She's already been charged with making a false report, but I think the DA should add manslaughter charges because her lies didn't just waste police resources. They put many lives in danger and ultimately cost young Scooter his own.
I'm telling you.
Now, the problem is the suspect is a city girl, and the Fulton County DA is also a city girl. OG.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Why? You know what? We should have known she was the city girl. Should have known she was the city girl. Only city girls do bullshit like this. Now, I saw what Tracy wrote. Tracy said it ruptured. Let me see what Tracy put. Tracy put that in here. I just want to make sure I say it correctly. Let me see. Oh, did I go too far? I must have went too far. Yes. Okay, Shay. Did Tracy put it? Tracy put it first, right? And then Shay said it. Okay. Tracy said his injury hit a main artery, which caused his death. Yes. Had to. They said in his thigh, so it had to when he called himself jumping the fence. Oh my God. So she might not really even get punished because if the DA is a city girl and then she a city girl, they probably just gonna talk. They'll work out some deal and let her go. Okay? But y'all was gonna tear up Atlanta, huh? Y'all was gonna tear up Atlanta because y'all thought the police took them out. Let's continue. Here we go.
The girl Fannie Willis, she's known for looking out for the other Jezebels. So yeah, this is a crazy situation. This woman created a whole lie that ended up destroying another person and their family. And apparently, young Scooter wasn't even her target. She was trying to get at another man. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to Rob P. I appreciate you, Rob P, for all of your support for the channel, as well as Elmer. Thank you, Elmer and Rob P, for your contributions. Also, shout out to Adrian, Dark Power, and Emmett. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.
Please make sure you, well, most of us are already, right? Most of us are already subscribed to Pink Book Lessons. But if you are not, okay, please subscribe to Pink Book Lessons. Sister content is always fire. And listen, she come with all the receipts. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Also, guys, y'all see Promoting Conscious Parenting with the Harrises. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to this family channel. Amazing content and always educational, and break it down, honey. Even when you don't like it, honey. Even when you don't like it, okay? And it hit your chest. Y'all, please like and subscribe to that family channel. Promoting Conscious Parenting with the Harrises. So she not gonna get punished, y'all. Fannie is in control of this nonsense. She not gonna get punished. Okay, we already know. They'll probably sweep it under the rug or something like that. And it was a black man. It's a black man. They don't give a damn about black men. That's nasty, but it's true. Okay, it was a black man, and it ain't gonna be much of an uproar. Okay, but when y'all thought the police had took him out, y'all ready to tear up Atlanta, ain't y'all? Y'all was ready to tear up Atlanta. Oh my God. Let's go to the next video. Here we go. Here we go. They said a freak accident, honey. It was a freak accident. Let's get to the next one. Green Bean said, I saw a sister yesterday whose eyes looked like David Banner's eyes in the 80s when he was about to hurt Hercules, Hawk Hogan. What was it, Hawk? He was about to hawk out on them. What? You know what? You know what? You know what? All right, I'm going to leave you alone today. I'm going to leave you alone. Here we go.
A developing story now out of the Atlanta area. Several agencies now involved in the investigation into the death of an Atlanta rapper after police say he died while running from officers. Take a look here. This tweet from the New York Post highlighting all of that, saying, quote, rapper Young Scooter dead on his 39th birthday in a freak accident while fleeing Atlanta police. A lot going on here, so let's bring in Lindsay Tuman, joining us live at the headquarters for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation with the latest. Good morning, Lindsay. Obviously, a lot known and a lot still left to figure out here.
A lot of questions surrounding this case, and that's exactly why Atlanta police asked the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to step in and handle this investigation. They say this all started when that man was fleeing from police when they were trying to surround a home.
A large police presence filled the area around William Nye Drive in southeast Atlanta Friday night.
Officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location.
When officers got on the scene, they say they knocked on the door. A man answered and then immediately shut the door on officers.
The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house. 1 male returned back into the house. The other male.
But I told y'all they was going to mention that they ran. I told y'all. They was going to mention that they ran, okay? But let's not get in here and look at the sister who called the police, and she didn't have no just cause to call the police, okay? And Steven said she called from a burner phone. So I think it was Steven or Walker. So, we going to mention that part, okay? Because that's why I said it in the beginning. Y'all know they going to mention that he ran, okay? That's what they going to mention first, okay? So I'm just want to put it out there. Okay, because that's what they was gonna say anyway. Okay, and a lot of females who in this social media space who are with the hyena kingdom, that's the first thing they gonna mention. Well, why he run? Why he run? Okay, that's what they was gonna mention. Let's continue. Tracy, thank you, baby, for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Let's continue. Here we go.
Two fences as he was fleeing.
Investigators say when they located the man, they found him injured.
There was no indication of anyone being shot. This appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injuries to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
The 39-year-old was taken to Grady Memorial Hospital, where he later died. There's been a lot of questions over what happened on social media, which is part of the reason Atlanta police called in the GBI to investigate the incident.
And this is why we're here doing this press conference, to put out there that the Atlanta Police Department has not been involved in any shootings tonight. And the incident on William Nye, there was not a shooting at all.
Well, at this time, the GBI does confirm that Atlanta police called them in to aid in this investigation, but there haven't been any other further updates at this time. Of course, a developing story that we're staying on top of over here. And that's the latest from Atlanta. I'm Lindsay Tuman. Back to you.
All right, Lindsay, thank you so much. And of course, we'll stay on the top of that story here and bring you updates. We appreciate you taking the time to join us.
This morning.
So shout out to Fox Now. Okay, that was Fox Now. And so we're going to get to one more last one, and then we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. So can you imagine this woman called allegedly from a burner phone, called these police. The police didn't know who it was that called them, but they went there full force, knocks on the door. The first man opens the door. They shut the door. Then the story sound crazy. Then he shut the door. They both flee out the bag. One comes back, open up the door. You know, it sound crazy. And so young shooter runs and flips over, trying to get to the gates, flip over a wooden gate and punctured his thigh. Okay. And so he bled out. By the time they got him to the hospital, he has already bled out on your birthday. On your birthday. Okay? That sound crazy. On your birthday. Okay? And so because of a false call, we don't go and check out the situation first. Like, we don't go check it out first. Let's not act crazy first, because you don't know. Nobody else called in. Only one person. So you got a shooting in a neighborhood and only one person called the police. Don't that sound, you know what I'm saying? You have a shooting in a neighborhood and only one person calls the police. Let me share something with you. When something happens in our neighborhood, right? Okay. A new couple had a big party for their son, okay, on our block, okay? And she didn't inform nobody else on the block. Okay, so these kids were blocking everybody, driveway and stuff. You couldn't get in your driveway in our neighborhood that's quiet, and couldn't get in nobody driveway. The cars were lapping up. You couldn't get down the lane. Do you know how many police calls they got? Do you know how many police calls they got? This is just parking. This is just parking, y'all. You know how many police calls they got? When I called, okay, when I had called and I was like, I can't get in my parking lot. I can't get in my driveway. And I was coming home. It was late at night. I was coming home and I couldn't get in the driveway. And they said, they said, Miss, we done got about 60 calls already for that house. We heading out there right now. They said, listen, just park your car on the street. Okay, just park your car in the street. Or try to park in one of your one of the driveways that's open. Okay. So what I did, I parked my car in my neighbor driveway over here, knocked on his door, told him. He said, don't worry, I see. He said, did you call the police? I said, I called the police too. So he said, when everything clear out, then you can move the car. I said, okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Whatever. I told him, thank you. And I know I said to him, I'm saying it wrong. I said to him, once everything clear out, I'll move my car. He said, no problem. And the kids was out there fighting. They started fighting. These kids started fighting. They was busting bottles in our neighborhood. That's quiet, okay? So even everybody on our street was like, y'all gonna stop that nonsense. We all came outside. Was like, not in our neighborhood. You're not gonna do that. We was upset with the owner. We was like, why did you throw this party? You ain't tell nobody. And all these kids are blocking our driveway. This could have been a better way. This could have been handled. You know what I'm saying? Because we have in the back of our houses, right? We have like a full grass area. And y'all could have parked those cars behind that house. And it wouldn't affected none of us on the street. You know what I'm saying? They could have had those kids line those cars up in the back and it wouldn't affected none of us. Okay? But they let those kids park all along the street. This is why, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. This woman said they were shooting. Why was it only one call? You understand? So nobody else is going to call the police. It was one, she said, only one person called. Okay? One person called. That doesn't make sense. So all of them should have been calling. Everybody should have been calling the police. That's how you know, okay, let's go down there full force. This is real. You got one call. Y'all could have sent one car out there to figure out what was going on. Okay? One car out there to figure out what's going on, knock on the door, say, listen, we got a call saying da 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 da. And it wouldn't even have went that way. But because of your lies, sister girl, okay, all hell broke loose and this man lost his life. This could have been an easy 1, 2, 3, but they probably went down there full force because she said it was a couple of men. First she said it was 2 or 3, then she said it was 7. No. Anyway, let's continue. So let's get to the next
People that ever are experiencing.
I'm sorry, y'all, that commercial is something else. Hold on, here we go. Here it is.
Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. We are following breaking news right now in the city of Atlanta, where just minutes ago, Atlanta police held a news conference about the death of a 39-year-old man, Kenneth Bailey, also known as rapper Young Scooter. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live for us tonight right outside of Atlanta Police Headquarters. Cody, you just stepped out of that briefing from police. A lot going on tonight. What have you learned?
Well, Jennifer, the main thing we want to set straight here, the lieutenant over homicide with Atlanta police saying they did not, in fact, shoot Young Scooter. They say there were no shots fired during this ordeal tonight on William Nye Drive. I believe we have a live look at that scene right now. What Atlanta police say did happen this evening is that they were responding to a call from a home there on William Nye Drive involving a...
Okay, I gotta stop because Green Beans is right. It depends on the neighborhood. Shooting sounds is normal. But you still call the police though, right? Even if it's a bad neighborhood, people still call the police, no? Or they don't call the police. I lived in a bad neighborhood. I lived in a bad projects and we still called the police. So do you still call the police? I'm just saying. Anyway, let's continue. Here we go.
With weapons. As officers got on scene, they got reports that there was a woman involved in this, possibly shots fired, and that she was taken back into the home. However, at this hour, they cannot find that woman. What they did find in the home were 2 male suspects. One of those males returned from the home after running away. That second suspect never returned, and we're told as he was making his way from that home, he actually jumped 2 fences.
Don't that sound crazy? They ran from the home and then one returned back to the home. Don't that sound crazy? That sound crazy. Like both of them ran from the home and then one returned back. The story sound wild. Okay, let's see. Tracy said when she called, she said she was from the neighborhood watch. Okay. This guy who lived in the neighborhood said it's no neighborhood watch. Go figure. Okay, all right. Let's continue. Here we go.
In one of those jumps, he landed and somehow broke a leg. Some were hearing initial reports it was a femur. Again, we don't know the details of exactly the injuries, but tonight the medical examiner says a cause and manner of death have not been confirmed. But again, this is now confirmed to be Bailey, a based rapper here in Atlanta known as Young Scooter. While there are reports coming in from across the country tonight that Atlanta police shot this rapper, they say that is in fact not true, and the GBI has been requested to that scene that you're looking at, William Nye Drive, to give a third-party investigation. But again, to walk you through, there's a lot of confusion tonight with this story. APD responded to that home involving a weapons dispute. At some point, they got a report shots were fired, and again, a woman might have been taken in the home when officers got there. They did not find that. They say those two men ran from the home. One returned to that house. The other one, who was Young Scooter, again, jumped 2 fences, and during that run over those fences, he fell, and what we heard originally was fractured or broke his femur. He was rushed to Grady, where he died there in the ER. So again, a lot to still uncover on this situation, but Atlanta police wanted to make it very clear tonight. They are saying their officers did not fire a weapon, and that Young Scooter died as he was fleeing from that scene on William Nye Drive. Of course, for his family, a heartbreaking situation and a very active investigation going on out there, not only with Atlanta police, but also with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. They will do an independent investigation and release those findings in the coming weeks or months. But Jennifer, a busy night in Atlanta. And of course, this news hitting the industry, music industry, very hard as news is spreading across the country about Young Scooter's death reportedly on his 39th birthday.
Oh my
All right.
God. On his 39th birthday. Oh my God. That's terrible. Shout out to 11 Alive News. Okay. Oh my God. So I want to address the super chats. I appreciate you, Corey Joe. Good morning. Take heed in the chat. Please hit that like button. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you for donating to the channel. Also, Tracy, thank you for donating to the channel. And Mr. He Said for donating to the channel as well, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to rock with me this morning. I greatly appreciate it. You know, when you hear stuff like this, your heart just breaks, you know? When you hear shit like this, like your heart just break, because this was nonsense, okay? This was nonsense, all because, you know, all because you wanted to get some get back. This is all because you wanted to get some get back. You wanted to deal with this man accordingly, okay? That's what you thought you were doing. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Samantha is coming down. Samantha is coming down right here. Okay? Samantha is coming down. Okay? And we calling the sister a ninja. Samantha is coming down and we are calling the sister a ninja. Here we go. Oh my God.
Let a nigga try me. Let a nigga try me. Let a nigga try me. Yeah.
Oh my God. Just terrible. When you hear stuff like that, it breaks your heart. And then you gonna have the sisterhood repping for her, and yet she got someone deleted. They gonna say, well, why he run? Because that's the first thing everybody is saying. Why he run? That's why I said it in the beginning, because I know people were gonna come out with that part right there. Okay, so here we go for the $2 super chat. Mr. He Said, thank you so much for donating to the channel. And here is our first music of the day, honey. Here we go. Damn.
Walmart's closed and we wanna go.
All right now.
Me said it, ooh. Walmart's closed and we wanna go home. Come up to the checker line, bring up all your items. Walmart's closed and we wanna go home. Come up to the checker lines, bring up all your items. Walmart.
Oh my God. So, let me see what else we got. And this is for Tracy. Tracy, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. And here we go for Tracy. I gotta put all this music in one area. I gotta put all this music in one area. I'll be up here messing up. Let me see what we got. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Thank you, Tracy, for the $10 super chat, baby. That pH balance, baby. You gotta check that pH balance, baby. You gotta check that pH balance, baby. What he say? What he say? All right now. Something is off. Something ain't right. Something is in the air tonight. Something smells fishy. What happened? And we ain't eating fish. All right now. Thinking to myself, what the hell is this? All right now. Sex is good, but please do better. You need to get that pH balance together, baby. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you, baby, for the $10 super chat. And then we'll get in here and we'll get Dr. Umar for Corey Joe. Or you know what? Let me see. Let me see, because I got Corey Joe music is in here as well. Here we go. Here's Corey Joe. Here is Corey Joe music. Wait a minute. What's wrong? I don't know why that's doing that. Here we go. Donations. It's kind of hard to do these super chats because the story is so sad, though, y'all. That's the problem. Donations. Cash money to sit the bad nigga. 6 got 6 figure. It's a dream, but the price keep rising. Gold in my hands, we're feeling divided. When he talks, y'all hear it coming. Stacking up, but they keep on finding. Keep on falling, we ballin'. Cash out for the snaps. Super chats for the stacks. Bring it out on the side of cash. Oh, hell, what the hell? Thank you, Corey Joe, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to 1000 Watts Radio. That's Corey Joe channel. Please like and subscribe to this brother channel. Content is amazing. Music is off the chain. Do you hear me? Guys, thank you so much for all the donations. I greatly appreciate it. This story is sad, okay? Now, Green Bee said, dang, rapping is death. Okay. Green Bee said, dang, rapping is a death sentence now. Yep. Now, Green Bean says something corny about the brother name, okay? Precious, how are you? Good morning, sister. I think this woman should be charged. I think she should be charged too. But Fannie Willis is the AG. She's the prosecutor, right? So she's not, they said she usually let those city girls, do what they want to do. Tracy said when she called, she said she was. Oh, I said that already. Okay. Okay. Green Bean says nobody is getting hurt. Okay. Just bust. No sis. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm-hmm. The horns on that pH balance alone is all that we be waiting on. I know that's right. I know that's right. That pH balance is something else. Y'all, you know what? You know what? Oh my God. The thing is that there's no accountability. Okay. Thank you, my dear. Aunt your mama was beautiful. Okay. So I appreciate you. Oh, guys, you know what I saw? Oh my God. I wanted to get it so bad. They had, the old Aunt your mama. Okay. All right. They had the old Aunt your mama. Okay. Um, like, I think it's like the cookie jar, the old Aunt your mama cookie jar I found at Columbus, okay? Columbus flea market. Oh my God, this brother was selling it. And he was selling it for an expensive price. It looked so beautiful. Oh my God. I was trying to talk to my husband. He was like, no, no. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it so bad. He was like, no, no, you're not, no. Okay. But he let me buy a few other things, but he was like, no, you can't, not that one, not that. But it was beautiful, y'all. I haven't seen one of those in God knows how long. Ain't that crazy? Oh my God. Yes. So I just wanted to gun in here and say that part right there. Because somebody called me Aunt your mama. Okay. So now when you hear this story, okay, this story breaks your heart. It breaks your heart because there's no accountability on our sister end. Okay. And there won't be no accountability taken unless the community or people around him, okay, or people around him that know him, you know what I'm saying, step up to the girl. And I'm not inciting violence. Okay, God forbid. But there'll be no accountability. They'll probably do like a slap on the wrist or something like that. And then, that's it. It wasn't a bottle. It wasn't a bottle. It was a cookie jar. Okay. So now, can you imagine? That's the sad part. No, you know what I'm saying? She won't be punished. It won't be nothing big. It won't be nothing big. But to her, she was getting some get back. And it wasn't even the person she was trying to get the get back for. It probably was the other brother who opened up the door. Okay? And then she had the nerve to call from a burner phone. Okay? And I'm going to share something with you. I bet you won't see Al Sharpton. I bet you won't see Crump. You won't see none of these people. You won't see none of them. Not one. Okay? To come against this woman, you won't see not one. Because the family should sue her. I don't care. I don't care if she don't have the money. The family should sue her. Okay? Even if they don't punish her, the family should sue her. Because it was because of her actions that this man got sent to glory. Because of her foolish actions, this man got sent to glory. Mm-mm-mm. But I know they won't do anything because it's a black man. They're not going to do nothing. They're not going to do one thing because it's a black man. Okay? Mm-mm-mm. May his soul rest in peace. To my condolences, my deepest condolences to the family. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. And we supposed to just, it's just another day. Now all the influencers have came out and talked about this sad situation, but it's just gonna be another day. That's all it's gonna be, another day. And it's a black man. It's a black man. It's like nobody cares. Nobody cares, and nobody will do anything. They won't do nothing. You ain't gonna see nobody, no civil rights, nothing. You ain't gonna see nobody come out and say this is wrong. Because when it's us, okay? you don't see BLM. When it's us, you don't see nobody. When we're doing this to each other, nobody come out and say nothing. The civil rights leaders, the so-called civil rights leaders, the black activists, you should be saying something. You should be saying something. We should all, as a collective, say that this shit is wrong. But I know it's going to be because he ran. That's how y'all going, oh, well, he must have was doing something evil. Why did he run? Why did he run? Why did he jump over the gate? Did he have something on him? Because that's what y'all going to say. But nobody going to look at the sister. Nobody is going to look at the sister. Okay? Green beans, I got you. I got you. Thank you. I see what you wrote me. I got you. So we gonna get onto something else, y'all. We done with that. And my condolences once again to the family. And also, oh my God. My condolences to the family. I don't know, y'all. I'm feeling like a little off today. Y'all forgive me. I'm a little off today because my uncle's funeral is tomorrow. So I'm a little off today. Y'all forgive me. We're going to try to get through the show, though, because I had already started this thing. So let's try to get through. Adam 22, okay? And I think because I'm home alone, my king is not home with me today. So I think that's why. Because I had laid under him all yesterday, y'all. So Adam 22, okay, let's get into the video. Adam 22 came to social media, and this is what he said. Check it out. Here we go.
There's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy. Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis. How could we be going broke? Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking that the growth that we were experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue. And unfortunately, that did not happen. Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree, fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars. In addition to that, you might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very healthy roster of talent since then, that certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well. All that stuff hurt the business, but we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day and we still have absolutely no idea why. We've had no luck getting it back despite being in contact with what seems like every Instagram recovery guy on the face of the planet. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account, and that mostly vanished overnight. And while we've been growing the new No Jumper LA account up ever since and managing to sell sponsored collab posts using my Instagram and the No Jumper LA account, DM or email if interested, we aren't making anywhere near as much from Instagram now. Side note, if you're a Meta rep, please DM me. I would love to speak to anyone who could help with this. And second, in addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion. It's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. This person has literally lost every single friend that he used to have when he worked at No Jumper. His streaming career has completely tanked, and he even got kicked off the podcast that he left No Jumper to start. But somehow that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit. So as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees in an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which sucked, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes. I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location. I'm confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business. Oh, and I also just want to note that I am talking about No Jumper as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a personal level. I mean, shit, I'm not $2 million in debt, and I never had to file for bankruptcy like T-Rail.
So he had to go straight there to T-Rail. But why would you go and buy a warehouse? And oh my God, like, why would you do that? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Anyway, so he said he going bankrupt. Okay. Jumper 22, he said he going bankrupt. Adam 22. He said he going bankrupt, y'all. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Now, before we go to the next foolery, tonight's conversation, okay? So get ready for what this woman has to say. And she said it with her full chest, y'all. She went to a show, and knowing that this would be recorded and put out to the masses, you have shown your face. And this is what, you thought this made sense. You thought this made sense. Okay? Let's continue. Now, here we go. Oh my.
Currently married. Also have a boyfriend. I'm not sure if my husband still loves me, but I know my boyfriend do.
Okay, so hold on. Latera, what part of the Bible is this in? Yes or no? Do you love your husband?
I do.
Yes or no? Do you love your boyfriend more?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Do he?
But you said you weren't sure that your husband still loves you.
Right.
Why?
I don't feel it. I don't feel like.
Are y'all intimate?
No.
How long has it been?
About 2 years.
Wrecked with emotions in his relationship. Maybe he has
a hard-on love.
Maybe he has stamina for a long conversation. I think a lot of times when it comes to being married, whether it's for 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, a lot of times we forget that the other side of the grass will always look greener. And a lot of times you can fall in love with the color of that grass and then oversee yours. I'm not sure if that man still loves you or not, but what I will tell you is those rose-colored glasses can be just as blinding as the day you got married. So that new might be just like your husband, but it may take a while to see it.
Honestly though, before we go further, the issue is
that she is married. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
God damn, how do I know? God.
That's the issue. She's married.
Ain't nobody finna be philosophical about that. You out here cheating on your goddamn husband and talking about what you supposed to do. Either take your home or get a goddamn divorce. How you up here asking for advice on how to violate a little more efficiently? I know I'm wilding, but help me wild out just a little.
He ain't lying. She came to ask that question. Can you imagine? 2 years, she said they haven't been intimate. This is why I tell y'all servitude matters. This is why I tell y'all Servitude matters in a marriage. Do you understand? 2 years they have not had relations, and she got her a boyfriend. And so this makes sense to you to come to tonight's conversation and reveal your husband don't know you cheating, but you have revealed this on tonight's conversation. And so what happens now? What happens now, baby? Everybody done seen your face. Okay? And they more than likely, they already know, what it is. They gonna tell your husband. So now you're asking, people asking you, oh, well, do you still want to be with your husband? Do you love your husband? Yeah. And then they asked about the boyfriend. You gonna say, I don't know. You sound like a little kid. You sound like a little kid. See, that's why I don't get offended when men get in here and say that some women have the mindset of children. That's why I don't get upset. Because why did you think that made sense to come to tonight's conversation and tell everybody that you married but you cheating on your husband? You married but you have a boyfriend. And so you're asking for advice on how to cheat better. Because most of the time when y'all be leaving your husband, right? When y'all leave your husband, most of the time you run into some nightmare shit. Because any man who can go out here and screw a married woman, okay, this man ain't shit. Anytime a man can get out here and screw a married woman, this man ain't shit. Anytime a woman can get out here and screw a married man, she ain't shit. She ain't shit. Because this person belonged to somebody. And so you think it's okay for you to go and screw somebody. And then you come to tonight's conversation. Okay. Hey, Daniel, how are you, honey? And you come to tonight's conversation, okay, to ask for advice. Let's hear it one more time, because that was some nonsense. One more time.
Married. Also have a boyfriend. I'm not sure if my husband still loves me, but I know my boyfriend do.
Okay, so hold on. Latera, what part of the Bible is this in?
Ain't no part of the Bible.
Yes or no? Do you love your husband?
I do.
Yes or no? Do you love your boyfriend more?
I don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
You see how she sound? I don't know yet. Just like a little kid. Just like a little kid. I love my husband. I do. They ask, do you love your boyfriend? I don't know yet. What do you mean? You are freely giving away your husband pussy. Did I say it wrong? Did I say it wrong? You are freely giving away your husband pussy to another man. Your husband has paid a price on your head. You are carrying his wedding rings and his last name. And so now it's okay for you to give away the pussy freely. Like the collection plate. Let me give away this pussy freely. And I know some of y'all sisters gonna say, well, her husband, she unhappy with her husband, but she's still married to him though. She's still married to him and she's screwing another man. Okay? And Lord knows if a husband want to lay her down, she been screwing this other man. More than likely she ain't been using no condom. Hey, Martin, how are you? So what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? What if the man she been messing with gave her something? What's going to happen now? This right here is just the foolishness. Okay? This right here is the foolishness. This is why I tell a lot of y'all sisters, stay in servitude with your husband. You won't go through this nonsense. Stay in servitude. Why is Take Heed saying that? Because even Take Heed, after 18 years, I still stay in servitude. That's why I can tell you with my full chest that I love my husband. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't have to be entertained by another man. There's no doubt in my mind. You couldn't even get my attention if you tried. Now, I'm respectful. I'll shake your hand. We can hug and all that. But it would never be nothing crazy. You would not go nothing past that. Okay? It wouldn't go past that because I love my husband unconditionally. You sitting up here and you have told the world, because once you told tonight's conversation, you know they filmed this stuff and you was stupid. You just went to that show and thought it was okay. And knowing somebody gonna watch this thing and tell your husband that you've been cheating on him. Okay? So you haven't been sleeping with your husband for 2 years. That right there. Okay? That right there tells me right there, okay, that let me share something with y'all. And I know some of y'all already know this, okay? There's a point in a marriage where a man will stop asking for pussy. There's a point. He'll stop asking. Why do he stop asking? Anybody know? There's a point in a marriage that he stopped asking for pussy. Why do he stop asking? Anybody know? In the chat. Why do a man stop asking for pussy in a marriage? Mind you, he got fresh fish laying next to him every night. Why do he stop asking? Why do he stop asking? Now, Martin just put it in here. Tired of playing the coochie game. Yes. That's when he asks you. He tap you on your shoulder. Every man does this tap. I don't care what color he is. Every man does this tap. He hits you. Okay? He hits you on the shoulder. Nice little tap. Honey, you know, he tell you just like that. Yes, son of Moses. Tired of rejections. Yes. So he tap you. And then I'm tired, leave me alone. And then you just, you start screaming and everything. And then he just lay back and just be like, and he just lay back and go back to his spot like it's nothing. So the next night he tap you. I got a headache. Oh my goodness, why you keep bothering me? Okay? So then he just go back to his position, okay? He keep trying because he wants your pussy. He keep trying, okay? So now you keep rejecting him. And then that's when he stop asking. He stop asking. Or either he go and in the bathroom and do the best he can, okay? He do the best he can, okay? But he'll stop asking. And this is when the walls of communication will break down in your marriage, okay? This is when the walls of communication break down in your marriage. A lot of people say that, love making don't mean shit in a marriage. A lot of people will say that. Maybe when you get older. Maybe when you get older, y'all can barely get down like you used to. Maybe when you get older, like maybe late 70s or 80s or something like that. Maybe then, okay? But when you're young, it matters, okay? Okay? I don't want to hear that you're not fucking your husband at 60. That doesn't make sense, okay? Don't do that, okay? I want to hear a higher age when you in your late 70s and 80s. Even some of them still get down, though, in the 70 and 80. But I'm just saying it's not as frequent, okay? So now, this is how the walls of communication break down. See, when a man is empty, okay? When he's empty, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too fresh because my king is not here today. So I don't want to get too fresh, okay? But when a man is empty, okay? When a man is empty, I'm trying, it's not working. Okay, let me go. When the man is empty, okay? All right? Then you get all the walls. The walls become, they fall down. Okay? Clarity comes. You get to talk more. You get to lay under each other more. Clarity comes. But if you're not giving him that pussy on a regular, the wall has come up. And everything you ask him is an attitude. Everything. See, men have an attitude adjustment too. Just like women need an attitude adjustment, men need an attitude adjustment too. See, if you making him, you're emptying him out, okay? And you filling his belly, okay? This man is content. Men are easy. Smooth like Sunday morning. Okay? Okay? Smooth like Sunday morning. Okay? But we make it difficult when it comes to them. Is my mic okay, y'all? Because I know my mic be acting up a little bit. So she's saying 2 years they ain't made love. They ain't done nothing in 2 years. So how long she had that boyfriend? How long she had that boyfriend? What is it, like a year or something? More than likely, that boyfriend. If you go to that boyfriend and say, "I'm gonna leave my husband," I bet you that boyfriend will tell you, "Don't leave your husband." Okay, okay. If hey Black Queen, how are you, honey? You understand? If you go to that boyfriend and you say you're gonna leave your husband for him, that boyfriend gonna tell you, "Don't leave your husband." Because right now you ain't asking that boyfriend for no money. You just asking him for the dick. You're not asking for no money. The husband, you still getting all the protection and everything, and the money from the husband. But once the husband go, you only got that boyfriend. Okay? Martin said he gonna run. Okay? Martin said he gonna run. All right? 67 says, "I am 57-year-old man, and she's still telling the absolute truth." Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Martin said husbands has all the duties. He does. He does. Men have all the duties in a marriage. Okay? And all is required is that the wife be what? Be what? Y'all don't like this word, my sisters. All the wife is required to do is to do what? Be obedient to the husband. He said quiet. Martin said quiet. Be obedient to the husband, Martin. That's all he requires is that you be obedient. So that means just follow what he telling you to do. Just follow what he telling you to do. A lot of sisters, that's hard for you to do. That's hard for you to do. I didn't say you know, I didn't say you just close up and then when he needs you, he open up the closet, you get to come out. I didn't say that. But it's being obedient to your husband, listening to him. Okay? And a lot of y'all say, why do I gotta be obedient to him? You know every day you put your life in your husband's hands. Every day. Did you know that? Every day you put your life in your husband's hands. Why is Takey saying that? Why is Takey saying that? We're not talking about money wise. But why is Takey saying that? Every day you put your life in your husband's hands. Because if someone breaks in the house, who is going down there to wreck shop? You put your life in your husband's hands every day. It is him that's going down there to wreck shop. And I'm going to share something with you. He's trying to take this person out. The person that came in the house, he's trying to take this person out so he don't make it upstairs. Do you understand? And in the midst of him, he may lose his life after, but he's trying to make sure he take this person out so that when you come downstairs, the police is already on their way, and that even if he's hurt, he's trying to take this person out. So every day you put your life in the hands of a man. Every day. Every day. Do you hear me? You put your life. So you can't get in here and be like, "Oh, well, I can't listen to you." But you expect him to put his life on the line. See, I can't. That's one thing that men have a problem with. Is that how can I go and put my life on the line and you don't even respect me? You can't follow she of what I'm saying to you. Good morning, Zulu. How are you? Okay. Black Queen said, respect the man. All right now. All right now. Okay. She said, women hush sometimes. We do need to be quiet sometimes. A lot of y'all get offended for that. But there's nothing wrong with, going like this. There's nothing wrong with it. Not at all. So this woman really believes what she did is right. And I love how the brother just tore it up at the end. He said the problem is she married. She came here to ask for advice on how to cheat better. And y'all up here dancing around the whole thing. Now he right. And I want us to listen to it one more time because, baby, he dropped that hammer real nice. Here we go.
I'm married. I also have a boyfriend. I'm not sure if my husband still loves me, but I know my boyfriend do.
Okay, so hold on. Latera, what part of the Bible is in?
She said, my husband don't love me.
Yes or no? Do you love your husband?
I do.
Yes or no? Do you love your boyfriend more?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Do he?
But you said you weren't sure that your husband still loves you.
Right.
Why?
I don't feel it. I don't feel like.
Are y'all intimate?
No.
How long has it been?
About 2 years.
Girl,
She said 2 years.
I think you better call.
Maybe he's getting erect with emotions in his relationship. Maybe he has
A hard-on love.
hard on love. Maybe he has stamina for a long conversation. I think a lot of times when it comes to being married, whether it's for 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, a lot of times we forget that the other side of the grass will always look greener. And a lot of times you can fall in love with the color of that grass and then oversee yours. I'm not sure if that man still loves you or not, but what I will tell you is those rose-colored glasses can be just as blinding as the day you got married. So that new might be just like your husband, but it may take a while to see it.
Honestly, though, before we go further, the issue is
That she married.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's what I'm saying. She's out of pocket.
God damn, how no, God.
Yeah. You're right.
Ain't nobody finna be philosophical about that shit. You out here cheating on your goddamn husband and talking about what you supposed to do. Either take your home or get a goddamn divorce.
But she came there to get advice about what she gonna do. You're cheating on your husband. He was the only one that put that logic out there. He's the only one that said that's the problem. That's the problem. You're not gonna get no philosophical answer. That's the problem. You're cheating on your husband. See, a lot of us in our own homes, my sisters, you open up this door. You open up this gateway to hell. A lot of y'all open up the gateway. Ain't that nasty? A lot of y'all open up the gateway to hell when you argue with this man anytime he come home. What did I tell y'all? Sometimes a man will come home from work and he'll be upset about a situation that happened at work. That's not the time to battle him. Okay? That's not the time. That's not the time to be battling him. You see him upset. This is not the time to battle him. Okay? Grab his belongings. Let him go take a shower. Tell him food is ready. Okay? Hey, A-Team, how are you, honey? Tell him food is ready. Okay? This is not the time to battle him out. After he eats, okay, he gonna tell you what the hell happened. Okay? Your time, at that time, when he tell you what happened, this is not your time to do corrections. Okay? This is not your time to give correction to your husband. Even if you feel he might have been out of pocket. This is not your time. Your time is to co-sign. He calls somebody a bitch, you call him a bitch. He calls somebody a Negro, you call the person a Negro. He calls somebody they ain't shit, you say that's right, they ain't shit. It's time for you to co-sign. That's your job. I know you're going to say, damn, take heed. No, that's your time. That's your time to co-sign. Okay? Now, where the understanding comes in is late in the midnight hour. Okay? After you done already fucked your husband. This is when a correction come in. Okay? You done already slept with him. Okay? He done already swung you from the chandelier. Now, after, okay, this is nut clarity. Now, you hit him on his chest and you say, honey, I know this job is taking you through something. But please, you got to understand that we need this job. We need this job, and I need you to calm down. I know you could whoop everybody ass up in that bitch. But I know right now we need you to calm down. Take it with a grain of salt, honey. These people are wicked. Take it with a grain of salt. You're going to be all right. And what he gonna do? He gonna touch your hand. He gonna say, "Baby, I know we need this job. I know we need this job. I'm gonna calm down." That's when. That's how you do it. Do you hear me? That's how you do it. The time when he on fire, when he get in the house, that's not the time for correction. That's not the time. And I don't want to say correction like you trying to, you trying to teach him something, but that's the time when you need to, he's already calm. Then you can talk to him. Ain't nothing like being able to talk to a man when he already calm. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it after you done screwed him. Okay? Why is Take Heed telling you this? Because I have been married 18 years. I know what I'm talking about. After you have screwed him, that is the time to talk to this man. Okay? He's calm now. Y'all laying in the bed. The house is calm. That's the time to talk to him. And he's going to understand. He's going to hear you. Okay? He's going to hear you then. So, she's been messing around on this man for 2 years. Now, listen, Daniel put in there, listen, Daniel put in there, let me see. Let me see what Daniel put. Daniel says 70% of married females got a work husband. Okay, all right. They make it normal to have a boyfriend being married. Oh, that's nasty, Daniel. Okay? Maybe his wife has been playing games with that box. I believe that too, Daniel. You're right about that. Okay? More than likely, the husband has somebody too. Okay? Can't go 2 years without pussy. More than likely, the husband has somebody too. Okay? Now, some husbands I have heard have went like six months, okay, without touching another woman. And I know that that is hard. Okay? Good morning, Red Lipstick Vibe. Thank you for coming to rock out just a little bit. I appreciate you, my sister. Guys, please like and subscribe to this sister page. Amazing content and education as well, honey. All right? Y'all, please like and subscribe to her channel. So, that's the uncomfortable truth right there. Okay? More than likely, yes, he probably doing something too because she done closed off that door. And y'all got to stop doing that to your husband. Even when you angry with him, y'all got to stop closing off that door. Okay? Because that is your door of communication. That door helps you open up stuff that you have never seen before. Okay? That door opens up stuff that you have never seen before. Okay, I'm telling you. Why is Take Heed talking like that? Why is Take Heed telling you this? Some people will tell you that love making don't mean nothing in a marriage. They will tell you this. Love making doesn't do anything in a marriage. I'm going to share something with you. Love making brings you closer to your husband. You understand? That love making brings you closer to your husband. You have a link with this man. You know they say, now am I going too far if I say this? I'm trying to tread the line because my king is not home today. So, and he's at work. So I'm trying to tread the line because I don't want to put myself on fire. Okay, so now what it is that now remember bodily fluids. Let me get professional with the answer. Bodily fluids is flying all inside of you. Okay, so what is that? That's his blood, right? It's a link. It's a link. So you understand him more. Like check this out. For all the years that I have been with my husband, I know his likes and I know his dislikes. I know how his face look when he upset. I know how he act when he don't like something. I know how he behaves when he's happy. I know everything about my king because no, let me go with the education answer. Because we make love. I was going to say something else. Okay? So the doors of communication can stay open. But when you close that door and y'all just, doing everything, a roommate does, okay? A roommate does, okay? you're going to be treated accordingly. Okay? If you doing everything a roommate does, you're going to be treated accordingly like a roommate. Okay? Red Lipstick Vibe said it's a disconnect. Yes, it is. Okay? If we living together and I'm not getting that, you know what you know what I'm trying to say, and I'm not getting that, we are roommates. We're roommates. I don't care if I have your last name. We're roommates. Okay? We're roommates. This is hard. When one thing that y'all gotta understand, when he's not using it, right? Don't you know, like, okay, say if you used to always ride your bike. Let's talk about it. You used to always ride your bike all the time. But you put the bike in the garage and you just let it sit there for months and months. And when you come back, you see like the chain is like rusted and stuff like that because you haven't used it. So that's just like a man. If you don't get up there and ride that horse on a consistent basis, that gets him out of, you trying to put this man out of service. You're trying to put him out of service because you not getting up there riding that bike consistently. Okay? And I know some of y'all sisters gonna be like, well, take heed, he asks for it too much and this and that. I'm gonna share something with you. This nasty. Most people say you should be schooling your husband maybe twice a week and stuff like that. Take heed gonna tell you 5 days a week. I would say 7, but I know some of y'all gonna be mad with me. I'll say 5 days a week. Okay? Now, I can't stay to that schedule, but I'm saying to you, maybe 5 days a week, you can drop it. Okay? You can drop it 5 days a week. Okay? But I will share something else with you too. Do not be, okay? Don't get in here and not accept quickies, okay? Don't get in here and not accept quickies, okay? That helps in a marriage as well, okay? Just want to share that with you, okay? Don't get in here and just not accept quickies. Quickies are easy, okay? All right? Black Queen said at least 4 days a week, okay? At least 4 days a week, okay? I like what you said. I like what you said. Okay. Yes. Red Lipstick Vibe said quickies are fun. They are. Okay. At least. Okay. Black Queen said at least 4 days a week. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm gonna share something with you. Some weeks, okay, even Take Heed can only do like sometimes 2. Okay. Sometimes Take Heed can do 2. Okay. And then sometimes Take Heed can do a full 5 and then be twice in a day. That's bad, right? I know it's bad. I know it's bad. But sometimes it happen like that. But then some days I'll be good. Like I could do like, once and I'll be fine. Okay. Because I don't know what happened yesterday. It was a problem yesterday. I don't know what happened. And my king was like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? But I want to share that with y'all because if you close that door of communication, you can't get nothing done. You can't. A lot of y'all think you're punishing your husband because you don't like what he doing or he doing something. And so you closing that door of communication, you think the marriage is going to get better. It's not. It's going to get worse. You're going to get nasty snip answers. You ask him something, he going to be snapping at you. You know what I'm saying? You won't get the long version. But if you get up there and ride that horse on a daily basis, or make it frequent, you know what I'm saying? Why do I call your husband a horse? I know y'all like, this bitch is calling, every time you turn around, she talking about a horse. Yes, it's okay to mount your horse. That's your personal horse. Mount your horse, Okay? Be nice to your horse. Mount your horse. What do I tell y'all? What do I tell y'all? Mount your horse. It's okay. It's okay. He likes to be called a horse. Mount your horse. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, mount him. Okay? Don't, I want to say something else, but I'm going to go too far. Now let's continue. We're going to go to another subject. Okay? Because I already feel that I'm going too far right now. Okay? Now, the next one is the next one right here. I want y'all to hear this. Okay? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Now, this woman who is, I guess she a city girl, okay? And both of her children are by famous men, okay? And this is the clapback that she got for y'all sisters who have poor baby fathers, okay? This is the clapback that y'all been giving her, calling her a gold digger. But she said this is the clapback for y'all. Shout out to On Site, okay? Let's get in here.
A man to tell you what to do with your body or not. Do you want the rights or not? What happened? I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into the situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, you're a gold digger or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? You kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check. Yeah, baby. I'm on one tonight. We gonna talk about it. Cause see, I sat back and I watched y'all in your dirty bonnets, lay back on your headboards or in your cars with the cloth seats. I saw you and you voiced your opinion about what you would have did if you were in my situation with my options that you do not have and you probably never will. How you gonna tell me what you would have did with my situation? When you had a baby for your weed man, or you had a baby for that dude that be robbing everybody, or you had a baby for the booster, or you had a baby, the dude that you have to run down for $250. Yeah, let's talk about it. I would like to stop for a second, and I would like to give a shout out to Uber Pink Hair. It's gonna be below. Listen, they keep me on 10. If you want to get like me in a way that you could actually get like me, go buy this hair girl because listen, she don't play. And my girl Tiana always slay. Okay, go get this hair. This is Uber Pink Hair. You see it? Don't play. Uber Pink Hair, go get you some. Baby, I know the Golden Girls been waiting for this. Baby, listen, my best friend is a Taurus, and my best friend been like, hey, bitch, why isn't Golden Girl talking? I looked at my best friend, I was like, baby, Golden Girl's trying to find a way to put it in words. Because y'all showed out. I would like to take the time out to extend grace to any woman that has recently given birth. Or it doesn't even have to be recent because from my understanding, postpartum does not have a time frame on it. I thank God daily that I was already coming from a situation where I have dealt with the internet and the opinions and the scrutiny and the drama and just how mean and ignorant people can be. I've dealt with it before. I've dealt with it. And I just thank God that I never saw a day of postpartum. But to any woman that is going through it, I would like to pray you through it. I pray that you overcome it. And I'm taking the time out to do this because the internet showed me no grace. While I was pregnant, after my pregnancy, y'all showed me no grace. Y'all wouldn't know if I was sliding down my wall in a closet or on a cliff about to jump. Thank God I'm really like that. Thank God I'm really like that. And the things that y'all was doing, it didn't break me. It didn't faze me. Thank God. But any woman that is going through postpartum, I pray you through it, Noah. Do you want a man?
So when you hear this young woman, and I'm glad that these beautiful young women are coming out and saying this stuff, okay? I'm glad because y'all who are average women like me, average looking women like me, y'all have came to the forefront and was like, I need this from black men. And so she letting y'all know that as a black woman, that she is a 10. Okay. And so she has a type of caliber of men that y'all can't get. Okay. Because see, y'all have been fooled by the pretty girls rock. Okay. Y'all have been fooled by the pretty girls rock. That y'all can get the same type of caliber of men that these women can get. Now, regardless if you call her a gold digger, okay, and she getting those babies for checks, that's her business. But what she said, now it's wrong though, it's still wrong, but what she said, okay, is that y'all coming out here trying to dog walk her, but did you sign up for poverty? Did you sign up for the weed man? You done had a weed man baby, a scammer baby, okay? Okay, did you sign up for poverty when you had those babies? Did you sign up for a tax credit? Did you sign up for food stamps when you had those babies? Now, yes, she get a big check, but she said there's a certain caliber of men, and this is the truth right here. She'll probably only be a baby mama. Most of those women who are at 10, they only just land in being a baby mama. They never get wife. So that's the difference between average looking women like me and then those ones who look like 10s. They rarely get married. It's not a whole bunch of men coming to marry them because most of them get, they have been seen by everybody. Not saying the average looking women ain't been seen either, but some average looking women who have a change heart or change mindset, those are the ones that usually get married. The rest of y'all gonna be left behind. But what she did say to y'all, she's right. She's right. See, the pretty girls rock don't tell y'all the truth. They let y'all believe that you need to, that any man that you date have to have these requirements. And some of y'all don't even, some of y'all are not even, how can I say this? Some of y'all don't even qualify for a man of substance that you want. Like a lot of us will get on these dating shows. You got like 7 kids. You got 6 baby daddies. And you'll get up there and tell somebody you want a man that got 6 figures. How? 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 You want a man that got what? 6 figures. You got 6 children, 7 children, 6 different baby daddies. And so you want a man that, and y'all always want a God-fearing man. Y'all always want a God-fearing man. That be shocking me the most. Because the thing is, a God-fearing man is going, a God-fearing man is not a regular man. And I didn't say it's the ones that's in the church either. A God-fearing man is not a regular man. A God-fearing man is going to correct you on a lot of stuff. It's going to be so bad at times when you go out, you're trying to go out with your girlfriend, you're going to say, I got to check with my husband first. That's a God-fearing man. You're going to have to check with him first. While you out with your girlfriends, you're going to have to call him. I'm here so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Okay? And then when you leave and go somewhere else, you got to call him and say, I'm here. Okay? That's a God-fearing man. Some of y'all can't handle a God-fearing man. Y'all get in here and say, oh, he's a narcissist. Oh, he's controlling. But you got to understand, when you are under someone's covering, he has to know where you are. He has to know where you are. There'll be no more girls trips. Y'all be getting here believing that that makes sense. There'll be no more girls trips. You won't be doing that. Those mimosas and stuff like that. You don't have time for mimosas. Okay? You don't have time for mimosas. A lot of y'all believe, I want a God-fearing man. You won't be able to walk out. You know, booty butt naked. This is what y'all be. I want a God-fearing man. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. Listen, Take Heed got some shit in her closet. I got some stuff that, my God, and I'm a big girl. I got some stuff, but that's stuff I can't wear outside. Sometimes I wear it on the live, but y'all can't see it. Okay? That stuff I can't even wear outside. Baby, my king will lose his mind. There's just some, it's just boundaries that men that are with a king mindset, okay? That y'all be getting here talking about, I want a man of God, okay? That he just not gonna let you do. There's certain stuff that you can wear and it'll only be in the house and around him, okay? It just is. It's a certain type of man that that type of man is just not gonna let you, okay? He's not. He not gonna let you talk to him crazy. He not gonna let you get in there and get indignant with him. He just not gonna let you. That's the same thing. He just not gonna let you. But that's the first thing y'all say. I want a man that got 6 figures. Oh, he gotta be 6 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? He gotta have all these requirements that you ask of him. Okay? And some of y'all don't even qualify. But the pretty girl Rock, see, she can demand all these things. And she'll find somebody that will do it. But check this out. He won't be there for long. He just want to tap that putang. Okay? He just want to tap that putang. He won't be there for long. That won't turn into a marriage. So she'll get all the things that she want because pretty girls rock. And they come to social media and they tell y'all that's what you can require from a man. But you not that girl. You not that girl. And y'all got to stop getting out here believing that ish makes sense. Instead of you just going to look for a man with a king mindset. I ain't say he was rich. He could just be a blue collar brother. I didn't say he was rich, but you want a man with a king mindset. A man with a king mindset, if he's down, he not going to stay down. When he going through nonsense, he going to still fight and continue. Do you hear what I'm saying? He going to still fight and continue to make it where he need to make it. This is what you should be looking for. Strive for that. A man with a king mindset. How do you know when you have ran into a man with a king mindset? Anybody know? Shay said, "Here's for a good here for a good time, not a long time. That's it. That's it." Smith said, "A God-fearing trick that comes with a mouth and a wallet open." Okay. Oh my goodness. Shay said, "Shit. I tell everybody that I make no decisions until I talk to my husband. Period. Me too. I got you, Shay. Me too. Because if I get in here and I subscribe to some shit that my husband didn't want, then I got to turn around and tell the person no. So I started. Well, I did that years ago. I've been doing that, and I would say I got to check with my husband first. I got to check with my husband first. So once he say no, then I could just like, nah, he said no. Okay. So yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Oh my God. I don't know. And because they get in here and they tell you all this foolery, y'all believe it. A lot of y'all sisters, y'all believe it. You get excited, y'all believe it, and y'all like, yeah, this is what it is. This is what I'm going to require from him. But this is how you can tell a man with a king mindset. Ask him what's his 5-year plan. See if he break it down for you. Because some of y'all just run. What's your salary? Ask him. I want to see somebody on a balloon popping show and ask the man. This should be the question. What's your 5-year plan? Now you ain't got to sit there and wait to pop your balloon. Ask him, what's your 5-year plan? Then when he get up there, he start telling, hey, Eddie, and he start telling what's his 5-year plan, then you know how to move accordingly. That's how you get the answer. That is how you get the right answers. What's your 5-year plan? Y'all worried about how this man look, how he dressed, if he got too much jewelry on. This is the stupid shit. You worry about his teeth. Oh, his hair don't look right. Oh, his nose looks strange. No, this is what you should be worried. What's your 5-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? He'll even stop and say, wait a minute. Because this is the thing. Y'all don't ask men this stuff like this no more. Y'all don't ask men stuff like this no more. Y'all don't. You don't. I remember asking my king, and I didn't say 5-year plan. I said, where do you see yourself in the future? That's what I said to my husband. Where you see yourself in the future? We were just dating at the time. And he told me all these dreams that he had in his mind and where he's seen himself. And all these things have come to pass except one thing that we're working on right now. All the things that he told me has come to pass except one thing right now that we're working on. That's it. And I just looked at him and I smiled. I saw my husband when everything started in the beginning. And I watched this man grow into a lion, a mighty lion. And when I look at my husband, I smile. That's something amazing. When you can see someone from the beginning and then you see what they look like now. All you can do is just smile and look at them and say, wow. Sometimes my king be like, why are you looking at me like that? I say, I'm just proud. I'm just proud. You know what I'm saying? And my sisters, I didn't say he was supposed to be poor. I ain't say he was supposed to be rich. All I'm saying is that you need a man with a king mindset to make it. All right? Oh my God. So that was the foolery for today. Okay? That was the foolery for today. All right. I want y'all to hear what this sister said. She was at she was running for a Democrat. Okay? And she said this. We jumping on a new subject, y'all. Okay? She was running to be a Democrat. And she said this. This is a black woman. A lot of my sisters and brothers are waking up. Now, I didn't say the Republican Party is the answer. I do say we should be independent. They shouldn't be able to count us anymore because both parties made promises and they didn't do what they supposed to do. So I believe we should be independent. And then we shouldn't just stick with one party no more because it's not helping us because they rely on our vote. Okay? So this is what this woman said. Check this out. Here we go.
To and endorse a godless party because there is no such thing, and I mean no such thing as a trans child. We have confused children and sick enabling adults.
Next speaker is Peyton Jackson, who will be followed by Carolina Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Council. When I first announced my run for Congress, I had this random white woman, liberal, walk up to me and ask, well, what about you isn't Democrat? To which I responded, well, besides my skin color, what about me is Democrat? And it was at that very moment that she realized that God gave her enough common sense to ask me about my values. Now, don't get me wrong, I was raised to vote Democrat down the ballot, so when I first started, I would say things like, I'm a Republican, but I'm not a conservative. But now I know all too well I am a full-fledged, hardcore conservative, and I'm proud of it. I mean, my favorite saying is I was born black, not Democrat. But in all seriousness, whenever I began to think for myself politically, the choice was easy. I mean, why would I want to belong to a party whose mission is to infringe on the Second Amendment as if a criminal would ever participate in something like a mandatory buyback. Why would I want to belong to and endorse a godless party? Because there is no such thing, and I mean no such thing as a trans child. We have confused children and sick enabling adults. Why would I want to belong to a party that takes pride in shedding innocent blood? Number one, as if that's not what God hates. Number two, as if there's not a black market for baby organs. And number three, as if abortion clinics didn't start in the hood. Because if you think Trump is bad, you should research exactly who Margaret Sanger was. But speaking of the black community, why would I want to belong to a party who's responsible for the foundation of the Triple K? But it's not just that. Supposedly in the 1900s, the party switched, right? But what never changed, what I noticed never changed, is Democrats' love for immigration and how they have always prioritized that over the black community. I mean, imagine every single Democrat leader helping you joke about what a black job is in 2024, exposing your ignorance on 1924 and how imperative the Immigration Act of that year was, how it was all reversed in 1965 with the Hart-Celler Act, how Congress refuses the advice of the Rockefeller Commission and the Hesver's Commission, and how to this day they refuse to adopt the Barbara Jordan Blueprint, validating every single thing that Dr. Claude Anderson spoke of generally, but specifically what Mrs. King spoke of in 1991 with her letter to Congress. Now look, I'm not saying that the Republican Party is perfect. No, nobody's perfect. What I'm saying is, outside with Malcolm X, when he said that the liberals were the worst thing that could ever happen to the Western Hemisphere, but y'all ignore that, just like how y'all ignore LBJ saying, and I quote, "I'm going to have Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years, and by God, 60 years later, I see no sign of recourse, but rest assured your vote is your voice, even if it is a whisper." Thank you, Council. Mayor Park.
That's nasty, and and you know what? She's right. That sister is amazing. She's right. Real talk with Miss O. How are you, my sister? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming to rock in, even if it's just for a little bit. Guys, please make sure you like and subscribe to Real Talk with Miss O. Her content is always fire and educational as well. Thank you, my sister, for showing up. I appreciate you, even if it's just for a little bit. So, what this woman was saying, she's right. Because this is the way we have voted for this party for God knows how long. Okay? For God knows how long we have voted for this party. And we think that this makes sense. But this is the same party that does all types of nonsense to our community. Everybody, every one of them who are Democrats, when we gave, and this is the uncomfortable truth. We gave the Democrats a president. We gave them the House and the Senate. And shit, nothing that we asked them to do could be done. They kept telling us, no, it can't be done. It can't be done. But I want y'all to look right now. Look at Trump right now. Okay? Look at Trump right now. Everything that he said he was going to do, executive orders with a swipe of a pen, all that shit is coming to an effect. Do you know that every 25 years, Congress votes on if black people have the right to vote? Why is that? Why is that? Every 25 years, they vote on if black people have the right to vote. Mind you, we are the biggest supporters of the Democratic Party. They had the presidency, the House, and the Senate, which they could have got rid of this 25 years and just gave us voting rights completely. It shouldn't be every 25 years. This is dumb. Okay? This is dumb. We're the only ones, you understand, that only ones that have every 25 years, they have to get out here and vote. Okay? They had the power to stop this nonsense long ago, because they always asking us, give us the House, give us the Senate, give us the presidency, and then when we do, nothing gets done. Hey, Brittany, how are you, honey? Then when we do, okay, nothing gets done. 25 years, y'all. Every 25 years, they got to get up there and vote. Can you imagine? Senators is up there. Black senators are up there. House of Representatives are up there. Black House of Representatives. They're up there. You're voting for black people to have the right to vote every 25 years. This is the dumbest shit I have ever heard, okay? The dumbest shit I have ever heard. Hi, Leo. How are you? Okay? Okay. Thy, oh God, I think that's your name. How are you? Can you imagine? And this is the party that we continue to push to. This is the same party that continue to tell you, oh, we want you to have rights to delete your baby. Same party. Nobody ever asks where the body parts of these babies go. Nobody ever asks that stuff. Nobody ever asks, where do the parts of these babies go? Nobody asks that. Nobody asks that. Nobody. When you leave a deletion clinic, nobody is giving you the remains. Yeah. Ain't nobody giving you the remains for you to bury. Ain't nobody giving you the remains to bury this baby. Nobody asks about that. Okay? All right? When you get in here and you see all that the Democratic Party has done to the black community, do you know over the years, only thing that has happened to us, there's nothing that they have passed some things saying that it was for us, but it has never benefited us. We're the last one on the totem pole. But what they did do, they threw money in our community. They threw money in our community. Okay? Threw money at us, give us little pennies here and there. Make us, okay, yeah, you all right. Just throw little pennies out there. Yeah, it's okay. Let's make sure we get them this program. Like, listen, I'm not saying that the programs are not good, but they threw them at us, boom, 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 and okay, now you fine. Okay? But the real shit that needs to be done, they won't touch. Okay? The real stuff that needs to be done, they won't touch. But everything else, they'll get in here and they'll be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, And for 4 years, okay? For 4 years, they asked us, every time you get a Democratic president, they'll say, get us the House, get us the Senate. We have done that many times. Got you the House and the Senate, and y'all sat up there and done nothing. Trump, look at Trump. Look at Trump now. Look at Trump. Shout out to President Trump. Look at Trump. This man is making moves and got Congress on the sideline. They like, listen, okay? He like, listen, I don't have time. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to fix this shirt. I don't have time. He like, I don't have time to be waiting for y'all doing any nonsense. I don't have time. Okay? Now, regardless of how you feel about this man, that's your business. But everything he promised his followers, he done it. Everything he promised. Okay? Now they got some rumor about Doge leaving, Elon is leaving and this and that. Let me share something with y'all. The job that Elon Musk is doing, and some of y'all may not even know this, the job only lasts 120 days. He almost out of there. The job only lasts 120 days. That's it. They don't stay no longer than that. So if you see him when he leave, because the news gonna get in there and be like, oh, they fired Elon and this and that. No, the job only lasts 120 days. Y'all go look it up. Okay? So when he leave, it's not that, oh, they mad with each other. He had a falling out with him. It's not that. The job only lasts 120 days. That's it. He almost out of there. He almost gone. Okay? That's the uncomfortable truth. Only a few of my sisters and brothers will wake up. Only a few of us will wake up. And because a lot of us don't know our past and we don't know where we come from, okay? A lot of us don't know who we really are. Only some of us know the truth. Only some of us know the truth, and because a lot of us are scared, we don't want to go seek the truth. Y'all get out here and say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy." You know what I'm saying? Oh no, that can't be real. This is what y'all will say. But the question is, okay, not even a question, but this is what I want to tell y'all. If they really wanted to do something for us, the Democratic Party, if they really wanted to do something for us, they'll stop putting immigrants over us. They'll stop putting immigrants over us. If they really wanted to do something. And also what they would do too is stop having them, they will stop and put something into play where they will stop voting 25 years, every 25 years for black people to vote. We're the only community that they got to vote on for us to vote every 25 years. That's stupid. That's stupid. And it is the black community that keeps the Democrats afloat. No one else does it. No one else brings in numbers like the black community. Nobody else. But yet y'all can't sit up there and think of something to pass so we ain't got to worry about no 25 years. Every 25 years. What if these motherfuckers decide, oh no, we don't want them to have to vote no more. Y'all motherfuckers ain't going to be able to vote. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse like that. Y'all ain't going to be able to vote no more. Nobody thought about that. Nobody. We just in there praising Biden and all the stupid shit he was doing, him and Kamala. We only in there praising them and shit. But nobody thinks about the 25 years, every 25 years. And they do it so sneakily. It's never filmed or anything like that. They do like a quick notation in the news. Oh yeah, we just gave the rights to vote again to the black community every 25 years. Like that's a big thing. Like that's a big thing. One day when they get up there and say we not gonna give the right to vote to y'all no more, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? But they give the rights to the migrants to get in here and get on social media and brag about how much money they bringing in for the assistance, that they get. And they brag about it. And that's for all of us, to make us all feel bad, not just the black community, the Caucasian community, the Asian community, the Hispanic community, the Mexican community, the Haitian community, the African community, that if you got American on the end, we all feel the pain. That they all get in here and brag about how much money the government gave them. But look at Trump. Look at what he doing. I don't care if y'all don't like him. You say what you want to say. I didn't like him either in the beginning too. But it's only until I started doing my own research and stopped listening to people that made me change my mind. Look at this nonsense. This man, and I always say 3 months, and it's not even 3 months, because January 20th is when he got sworn in. Oh, I think it's 19th. Am I right? I'm not sure. But when he got sworn in, he ain't even been in here a good hot 3 months. And he done did everything he's doing every time you turn around, executive orders is coming out. Every time executive orders is coming out. Executive orders is coming out the 20th. Thank you, Brittany. Nonsense. Yeah, I always like to get up here, and that's another thing too. Why is it Martin Luther King, where we are, the 20th? Y'all tried to make that so like, that it was important for the 20th. Oh, if Kamala was there, and then you wanted the 9 Justice, the new one who just got in here, and this is symbolism because of the divine 9 nonsense. And that is not even Martin Luther King's birthday. That's not his real birthday. Y'all just celebrated on that day. Y'all get on my nerve. It's just nonsense. Let's get into the next foolery. Okay, let's get into the next foolery. But the sister is correct. She is right, honey. Oh my God. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my God. Mm. Mm-mm. Okay. Now, I want y'all to hear this young man, okay? Ben Benji Benji, I think it's called. I'm not sure. I can't pronounce his name correctly. But he said something that a lot of black people took offense to because we don't like the truth. Hmm. We don't like the truth, okay? We don't like the truth when people say it, okay? Even when we listen to the Jesse Smollett, y'all remember that whole situation with Jesse Smollett? We don't like the truth. When you heard the woman in Pennsylvania, right over here close to me, that she got the noose on her neck and the noose on her desk. And you know, you hear the story and you see there's some holes in the story, but some of y'all scared to say something because you know the black community is start acting crazy. But the uncomfortable truth is, and I won't say that there is no racism, that there's no racism. I'm not going to say that. Take heed will not say that. We have a lot of racist behavior. Racism does exist. But when y'all make up shit, it hurts the rest of us. I want y'all to hear what this brother said. And a lot of people was mad with him when he said it. Here we go.
Planted a noose on her own desk, and it was verified with DNA evidence because they swabbed everybody in the office, and the only DNA on it was hers. This is like absolutely disgusting, but we've been here because if we look back at 2019, this is deja vu all over again with the whole Jesse Smollett hoax and things like that. Which you called before anyone else. Which I did call before everyone else, so we're calling this once again. President Trump has a name for this. He calls it fake news. But anyway, this is absolutely disgusting what she's done. Obviously, she is making a mockery of people who have gone through like real racial crimes and real racial things. So, I mean, obviously, let's not do this for clout. But I thought to myself, like, what would I do if I came to work and there was like a noose on my desk? Like, what would I do? I wouldn't make a report like this. If anything, I would go to those people again and say, look, if someone wants to kill me, if you want to kill me because I'm black, come and tell me. Like, do this whole noose weird thing, leaving thing on that. I don't even think that's a real thing. I don't even think that actual white people do this. This just needs to be something that people just do for clout. This is absolutely crazy. This lady, lock her up, throw away the key.
Jesse Smollett, who is a well-known black actor, was attacked by two people in Chicago who put a noose around his neck and dumped an unknown chemical on him. And according to his testimony to the police, said this is MAGA country. So as a black Trump supporter, how do you square that? Do you feel safe?
Okay, so a MAGA supporter is outside who probably doesn't watch Empire at all, probably never seen it, because it's too leftist even for me to watch, but, they've probably never seen it. They're outside, 2 o'clock in the morning, they happen to have bleach, robe, it's like 10 degrees below zero, and they know this guy to look for him and do this. Clearly, it's BS. I think it was fake news from the first time I saw it.
When you stood up there and you told this guy, that's a bunch of crap, I don't think it would ever happen, and it had just come out, and it looked pretty bad. Yeah, news son.
And I know y'all want to call him a house ninja and all these things like that. But some of the shit that our brothers and sisters do is stupid. Some of the stuff that y'all do is stupid. And I don't know who is telling y'all to do it. Or do you just take, you just running for clout and stuff? And I'm not saying that there's, we don't have racist people in America. I'm not going to say that. I'll be lying to myself if I said that. But you take some incident that you have made up in your mind to do, and then when you get caught, you don't know how to respond. You know what I'm saying? One thing I gotta say about America is when she wants to find out the truth if you did some nonsense, this is every color. When she wants to find out the truth, she finds it faster than everybody else, all the other nations. She finds it much faster than anybody else because they put 2 and 2 together. Shout out to the police department. They put 2 and 2 together, okay? And because a lot of us look through the lens of, hatred. A lot of us look through the lens of hurt and pain. You understand? So we can't see the truth. Okay, that's why all of y'all, when Jesse Smollett, all that stuff came out, y'all was wilding out and acting crazy. But when I listened to the situation, I'm like, that sounds crazy. But I wasn't on, I don't think I was on YouTube yet. But if I was, I probably didn't talk about it because, Y'all ain't ready for that. Okay? The black community, y'all ain't ready for the truth. After all the nonsense we have been through, y'all not ready. Okay? Y'all not. See, you'll get so much traction if you get in here and say somebody did something bad to you that was of a different color. But if it's your own, nobody knows about it. Okay? Do you know how many people get deleted in the hood every day? You don't hear nothing about people marching, pitchforks and knives, marching into the community, getting community programs. All the street pharmacists is in the community. You don't hear nobody marching about that. These black activists, only when someone of a different color is involved. This is when, because money is there. Because money is there. Okay? We don't want to see the truth. We just continue to believe that it, you know what I'm saying? To be just, just be lied to. We rather be lied to than see the truth. I'm not sitting up here saying any candidate is perfect than the other, but we rather be lied to than to see the truth. When we were all not running, but when we were getting ready to vote, you could see that Kamala Harris was a problem. A lot of black people say you can see it. You can see she was a problem. She couldn't even answer any question on the economy. But because your hate for Trump, you was like, I'm going to vote for her. Mind you, they didn't care about turning your babies, into something else. They didn't care about that. Okay? They didn't care that they try to take the rights from you for your baby to have a sex change. You ain't care about that. All you cared that you can't stand Trump, and he did something with the Central Park 5. He said that all the people that was there that time when they had that KKK march or whatever was good people. Y'all just heard the clip. You didn't even watch the whole video, but it had went viral. When you think about the Central Park 5, oh no, he mentioned their names. When you go and read the article, he ain't mentioned their names. So now we got to get on something else. So now y'all get in here and talk about, oh no, it's because of the policy, the foreign policy with the TAF, and y'all say the TAF, and y'all will get in here and talk about the immigration issue. Let me share something with you, and I shared this yesterday, okay? And I'm going to let y'all go after this, because we done been up here already 2 hours and 16 minutes, and I told y'all we only do an hour and a half. But I'm going to let you go after this. The TAF, that nonsense they got going on with the TAF, this will be a blessing for us in the future, but nobody sees it. Because what does this do? This makes the farms be able to produce more. The wine that we buy from abroad, all this stuff that we buy, the liquor, all this stuff, you can get this stuff made here in America, okay? The furniture that we buy abroad, you could get this stuff made in America. This will make America have to start producing, okay? Because nobody gonna want to be paying those tabs. This will make America start producing, and Americans will start buying their own stuff. How do you, I never understood this shit. When C-19 happened, we had to wait for China to send us masks and gowns and all that shit. And they were sick. Sending us over, affected products. Because remember, they had to touch this stuff. They worked there while they were sick and everything, had to ship this stuff to us. Okay? So you got to wait for a nation to send product to us, hand sanitizer, all this bullshit, and they sick. Some of their factories were shut down. You gotta wait until, and they was making their people work sick and everything. All these products you needed, what did America have to do? America had to start making their own shit. We had to start making masks. We had to start making hand sanitizer. We had to start making gowns and shit. We had to start making our own shit. This is what needs to happen. A nation should not have to depend on another nation, okay? India is one of them too. India, we get all our medicine from India. How? How is that? We get all our medication from there. How is that? Okay? So if something happened and they say we gonna stop sending products to America, then what happened? What happened then? So the medicine that you need, you won't be able to get the shit. Okay? That's right, Miss. That's right, real talk with Miss O. Houseway. Oh my God. This is the nonsense. We rely on every other nation to bring stuff so that we can use. Now, with all this stuff going on with the tab, this gonna make America have to get up off her ass. That's right. Get up off her ass. She got to get off those 20s, stop smoking that cigar and drinking that 40 with that blonde hair and that damn cowboy hat on with those riding boots and shit. Gonna make her get her ass up and work. Yes, we have to bring in our own shit. Okay, that special wine you want. Do you know how many vineyards here in Jersey? Do you know how many vineyards? They happy this shit is going on. Do you know how many vineyards is here? And I know I'm saying the word wrong. Do you know how many here in Jersey that they happy? Y'all gonna have to buy their wine too? How many places that produce liquor here in America, that you whiskey, all that stuff, that you're going to have to start leaning on to your own understanding. Ain't that nasty? Leaning on to your own understanding. That we got to buy America. Yes, did you hear me? We got to buy America. You got to buy American shit. Let's get in here. The thing is, now this is the big problem right here. This is a big problem that nobody wants to talk about. We just send our children to college. Nobody get in here and talk to these kids about a trade. Y'all just learning how to get the trades back again, okay? But nobody gets in here and talk to these kids about a trade. That a trade brings business. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about that. We don't talk about that. A trade school bring business. Nobody talk about that because we all just push those babies to go to school. They only supposed to go to school and we don't talk about nothing else. Everything you buy in your house, everything that you have bought in your house, it was not made in America. I don't care if they got it was made in America. Did you know that China has a town? Did you know that China has a town that it says the USA? So now they get to put a symbol on there that says made in the US. Now they're right, because it was made in the US. Because y'all be getting here, you know, some of y'all Americans, I only want products made in the US. And so now the Chinese people that got smart and named the town USA. And that's where all the factories are, so it could be labeled USA. Y'all crazy. We need to learn how to make our own shit. We need to learn how to make our own furniture. Okay? Our own clothes as well. This what Trump is doing is for the future. We all worried about, oh, right now, everything gonna be high. Buy American shit. And if you can't buy what's here, then leave that shit there because the money is to be too much. Leave that shit there. If you ain't buying American products, car products, leave that shit there. If it's too high, leave it there. That means it ain't for you. Y'all take heed to the message, everybody. Thank you for coming to rock with me this morning. I greatly appreciate it. Miss O, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for donating to the channel. And I got something for you. Here we go. Shout out to Miss O for the $5 super chat. Thank you to everybody who donated to the channel this morning. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow the channel, please like and subscribe to the page. Also, donate to the page as well, y'all. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmrexfashion.com. Okay. Mercari, POSHMARK, and eBay is also a link in my bio if you shop with those as well, because we have stores there too. Okay, little shops there too. So I appreciate y'all. If you want to buy merch, scroll to the top of the page. You will see shop or store. Okay. Now I want y'all to hear this young man. This young man is Caucasian. Okay. And he has taken this song by storm. Okay. And that he looks like he's a special need. Okay. Caucasian young man. And I want y'all to hear how he break down this song that we all used to rock to back in the day. All right. All right. So everybody have a wonderful day. Much love to you all. And take heed to the message. Okay. Thank you to everybody who stayed and who rocked out with me. I'm so sorry I'm a little off today because I got to go bury my uncle tomorrow. So my mind is not really here today. I apologize for that. Okay, y'all. So it wasn't as fun as we usually do when we playing the music. So please forgive me. Okay, y'all. All right, here we go.
Check it out. Break the weed down, roll up. Then you gotta pass the blunt all around. And you know where I'ma be found, yelling woo woo with the motherfucking clowns. Getting paid is my forte, each and every day.